Hi everybody. Good evening. It's been a rough couple of last days here in Florida. Just getting over the last day or so of Hurricane Matthew. It's kind of rough. Luckily, where I'm at in Florida wasn't as bad as that it went for some people, and I'm guessing they're still probably trying to get power and things. So hopefully, all that will be behind them, as well as the storm. And just just wanted to talk about a couple things this evening, and I don't know. I was just thinking about just family and just I guess going through everything the last week or so. Just to me, love and all that's in between is not just about men relationships or women's relationships. To me, it's about family and the bonds that you have with your family, your moms, your dads, your close cousins, or whoever you have close to you in your family, even your friends. So one of the things I want to say is, you know, someone once told me that you can control, you know, how you feel, how your heart feels, and I say I disagree. Heart wants what it wants, especially when it comes to your family or your loved ones. I had someone give me some type of advice is that as my kids are older, that you need to cut the apron strings, to let them go or whatever. I mean, I understand that, but at the end of the day, my family's gonna always be the most important thing, especially my children. And I'm gonna always help them no matter what. I just feel like it's just important. They say it takes a village. I think it takes you included. You just don't, some people, when you turn 18, they just, want to push them out there in the world and that's the wrap. I don't agree with that. I think that, they're your family and you should be there for them, especially if they need you. So that's just my opinion on that. So hi everyone. I'm not sure if I recognize any of the names. How you doing, Robert? And I guess the last name is Hatchet. And more on the heart wants what it wants. So when someone, I don't know, I think, mostly people always try to give you advice, and you don't know what another person is going through. And I said that and before, you don't know until you really, and you can't walk in anyone's shoes. You don't know what a person is going through or what they may need in that moment as far as friendship or some type of just someone to maybe listen to them. And that can be, like I said, family member or a good friend. And I'm always have been seem like the one that people kind of lean on as far as like wanting to tell things or ask about, which is, it's somewhat comforting, but then again, it's kind of overwhelming because I don't feel like, I know everything. And so, okay, you're going to just get my perception and it's not always right. So, to me, I might have not given always like the best advice or things that kind of like backlash. At the end of the day, I think you have your own, faculties to kind of like make your own decision at the end of everything. You can kind of discuss it with someone, but you can't just like lean it all on that person. You have to take some type of, responsibility of your own decision. I mean, I'm at the end of the day, I'm just like you, I'm just a person, so I don't know. But, hey, Mr. Cleveland, and one other thing I wanted to talk about is it was kind of a heated point. I was someone actually mentioned it to me, then I started talking about it, and I'm not a racist. Someone called me that earlier. I don't feel like I'm a racist, but someone said, is it is it better? Well, man and female, male and female, do they think that being with a person that's white, is it a better relationship? Is the sex better, or is it because their skin color? And I mean, first of all, my mouth hung open, and I'm like I said, I'm not racist, but I'm like, well, why? I guess I had to say this. What is the big deal? So, I come from a product of a mixed family, so I really don't understand when someone says they would rather be with someone that's white. They are still a person. They're still a human being. Just because they have more or less pigment, what does that have to do with being with a person just because their skin is white? I don't get that. To me, I know we live in a world where it's kind of heated, where people are either on one side or the other, and you shouldn't be. To me, I just think a person is a person, a human being is a human being. We all bleed, we all have feelings, and we all go through shit. So, at the end of the day, that woman is not going to be better because she's white. That guy's not going to be better because he's white. That, it's different culture. Everybody's different in that aspect. I don't know, I just thought that was kind of crazy for someone to even, we were going back and forth with it. And I just was like, I'm like sitting here, I'm like, well, do you realize that, you're talking to me, even though my mother don't feel like she's white, she says she's not white. I'm like, do you realize, my dad is black and my mom is white, so do you realize what you're asking me? I'm like, why would I say it's better or it's not better? So, you said, did it hurt? What hurt? Oh, Lord. I don't know what you're about to say, but don't say that. I have to say that one of the things when I say, the heart wants what it wants, I think that in reality, man and woman, it shouldn't be about, I don't think about color. And I don't think it should be about whether, I always say it can't be about what the person has. I mean, I know I think it's a kind of a misconception. Some people think that because, I don't know, the word would say to me that because of my complexion, that I'm considered to be a mean bee. I'm like, what? So, that to me is like stereotyping person because of their complexion. So, I'm a mean person because my skin is light. When I first heard it, I think I almost kind of slipped off my chair. I didn't really get that. And, my mother and my father have always accused me of being too nice and being kind of like a pushover for people. So that's why I was like, when someone said that, I was like, what? Okay. It's just, so because somebody's light skinned, they're, I guess, intimidating because they're mean, or I don't know. I really don't understand it or even know what the hell they're talking about. So it's like over there for me. And I have to say, like I said, I'm not a racist, but I don't know. My mother's white. She was mean as shit to me. That woman had a temper. So I don't agree about, he was saying that, white women are nicer and treat you better. And I'm like, you never met my mother. So I don't know. I know. I just think that you can't say that. You can't go by a person's complexion or their color and say, oh, they're going to be like this. Like, this person was saying that he went with a woman that was, obese or overweight because she was nicer and she always kept a job because she had to eat. I was like, what comes out of your brain? Who says that? I'm just like, I really don't understand that. You can't judge people by their color or their weight. It's, it's the person, because you don't know what a person went through in their life that's going to make them however they are with you. So, and then just because a person acts a certain way when you first meet them doesn't mean that that's really them. Trust me. I mean, I know somebody that was very, very religious, and he seemed like the best. But that stuff unraveled, okay? That man was crazy. I'm sorry. He was crazy, okay? I had to change my number twice. Yeah. You can't go by just because a person appears like a certain way. That's not always what it is. You can't go by somebody's complexion, their color, or if they're fat. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stick with a heart. Your heart wants what it wants, and if you're in love with somebody because of them, please let it be because of that, not because of the skin color or what they have or how much they're bringing. I just, I can't even believe that I have to say that. It's just, you know, it kind of like bothers me that people actually sit back and think like that. That's just so, to me, closed-minded. I understand that all of us come from somewhere that's a little bit of broken because no one's perfect, but really, I don't get that. And I don't have much else to talk about other than, you really, at the end of the day, you're going to have to love yourself no matter what the other person is doing or what they have or don't have. And Lord, please don't be thinking just because a person is white, light, dark, that makes them better than the next person. That's the most foolish thing I've ever heard. And I understand that, you have an attraction. Like some people are more attracted to maybe someone because their hair is long or their eyes are light, or there's different reasons why you're attracted to someone. And I can't tell you that, but it doesn't mean that because of a person is white or black that they're going to be better. It's not that it's better, it's whatever you're attracted to. And I just think that that's really, to me, a risky thing to say to someone. Say, oh, I think they're better because they're white. That's absolutely, to me, ridiculous. Oh. Anyways, I have to say it was interesting. Like I said, this whole, everyone kind of evacuated. I stayed behind, and I don't know, I enjoyed it. It was so quiet. I mean, other than the whipping wind and all the rain. But I mean, I love the rain. So I mean, it was absolutely wonderful. It was just so quiet. I mean, other than the storm, it was just so peaceful. Just love it. I'm like, I can't wait for the next one. Never been through a hurricane, and I guess people that had like kind of hard part of it, maybe they don't want to go through another one. But I don't know. It was interesting. Nice and peaceful. But I have to tell you, I think that, like I said, you need to love someone for who they are, not the color of their skin, people. That, to me, is just, that's shenanigans. That really is. I don't really have much else to add to that. And you didn't say too many questions, so I'm going to have a good evening.